Hello and welcome, Leo. This is your AstroTarot reading for the week beginning the 10th of October 2022. I'm your host, Lunarcraft from Psychic Truth, and I'm going to go straight into what's going on for you this week. And as such, I will be drawing out 3 tarot cards. I'm going to start by shuffling the cards to make sure that there's no lingering energies in them and they are fine. So, 3 cards coming up. That one. That one. Right. Let's turn them over, see what we've got. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So, Leo, you will be looking for ways to keep balance in your life. Make sure that work and home life and socializing all get attention, but also that no one thing dominates over anything else. That's quite a fine balancing act, especially when one aspect is particularly busy. And I feel that could well be the case for you this week. But you have boundless energy, especially if you're dealing with things that you are passionate about. And very likely you will employ some interesting thought patterns, coping strategies, and as such, it will enable you to be creative in how you organize your time. Creative as in maybe combining activities, so you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But it is going to be a challenge. But imagine the relief, the gratification that you will feel knowing that you've kept your eye on everything that was important and in generating good, strong results. Now, I also feel that there is something new and exciting coming your way. Not over clear what that might be, but I believe it will be on a personal level as opposed to work. But there again, you love what you do, so it doesn't seem like work. But you are brimming over with ideas and ways of achieving your aims. And when you are on good form or in good form, you have the capability of performing. You love being in the spotlight, and you are going to get that opportunity to really excel, to really show what you're capable of. Don't hold yourself back, please. You've worked long and hard for this. Make the most of it. And you will see that success level just rise, just take off. And along that pathway, you will find that your perspective changes, your perspective on life. That's a biggie. But it has to start somewhere. And I believe it will be starting this week for you. And it will fire your enthusiasm. It will make you very eager to keep going. Not give up. However dire the situation might seem at any given time, you will move beyond that bump. All right? I'm actually going to leave it there for this week. I will be back next week with the AstroTarot reading for you, Leo, for the following week. But in the meantime, please enjoy your week. There's some very positive energies flying around at the moment, and you are going to be blessed by that. I wish you a fabulous week, and I send you brightest blessings, and I'll say bye-bye. Hello Virgo, welcome to your AstroTarot reading for the week beginning the 10th of October 2022. I'm your host, Lunarcraft from Psychic Truth, and I'm going to go straight into selecting 3 tarot cards just for you, Virgo. So let's get that done first. And that one. Right, let's turn them over, see what's what. Oh, very nice. Okay, I'll work through each of the cards, giving you the messages that run through them. My guides may come along and give some assistance. And if it's appropriate, given the cards that have come out, I'll be bringing in some of the planetary influences. So, let's set to. Your first card, I absolutely love this card. It's the 7 of Cups. And I used to think of it as the daydream card, and I suppose to an extent it is just that. However, without going off into daydreams or quiet, thoughtful periods of time, we wouldn't come up with any ideas to work with, to develop, to bring to reality. So I'm not suggesting that you pull back from having these idea generating sessions. One thing I would warn against is living in that state on a full-time basis, because then you do lose touch with reality. But, enjoy the thinking time, the ideas that are generated by that process. And, if people didn't do this, we wouldn't have any of the technology that we have nowadays. It's taken a person to come up with those ideas, believe in those ideas, and bring them to, as I said, reality, fruition. So don't pull yourself up, right? Now, your middle card, the Four of Wands. Beautiful card. Beautiful. And it's about celebrating particular occasions, generally seem to be weddings, but not always. But it's definitely celebrating the occasion with people who are dear to you. And it's very likely that with the Moon and Venus joining in partnership, forming a trine aspect, it makes it all the more probable that you will want to meet up with people to celebrate life. It also means that your personal attractiveness to others will be very high, and it's quite likely that people will find it very, very difficult to say no to any requests you make, whether that be for favours or indeed, say, a bank manager when you're asking for a loan. It's also going to be a really good time for creativity. So if any of your ideas that are generated involve creativity, get to work on those ones almost immediately. You won't be disappointed, and you will receive that almost instant gratification. Your final card is the Temperance card. Now, I'm not going to warble on for ages about this card, but it's very, very positive. It's all about finding balance in your life, finding balance between physical aspects and your spiritual side. And the more you do that work on finding that balance, the more likely it is to continue, so that you end up with a life that is capable of incorporating both sides. And it's, in many ways, looking at how those often disparate aspects can be brought closer together. And at the beginning part of the week, there's a partnership between Mercury as it moves into the zodiac sign of Libra. Now, Mercury is all about communication in all its forms. Libra is the thoughtful sign. And what will happen is that the two will meld together very, very well. And you will be able to find solutions to questions that you weren't even aware you wanted solutions to. So it's going to be a good, interesting week for you, Virgo. All that's left for me to say is have an absolutely stunning week. I'll be back next week with more AstroTarot readings. Please, if you are able to, come and join me again. In the meantime, I'm going to wish you brightest blessings and say bye-bye. Hello, welcome Libra. This is the AstroTarot reading for you for the week beginning the 10th of October 2022. I'm your host, Lunarcraft from Psychic Truth, and I'm going to plunge straight into looking at what's happening during the coming week, and if it's appropriate, I'll be looking at some of the planetary influences to see which ones are likely to have the most impact on you. Oh, these are fabulous. Wonderful. Okay, starting out, your first card is the Knight of Cups. Cups are all to do with emotions, feelings, moods, home, family, love. So this Knight is here just to remind you that you are actually in control of your own emotions. Sometimes they can be overpowering, overbearing, but you are the one with your hands on the reins. So don't be afraid to exert yourself. Now, in so doing, you will be assisted by a flow of really strong, positive energy that's coming from the Page of Wands. And that energy is there to give you a boost, give you that extra bit of impetus that you might be feeling you're missing out on. But the card I really want to get to is this third one. It's the Chariot. And it is such a happy card. It's all about keeping things balanced, remembering that for everything there is an opposite, but without those opposites, neither can exist. It's like not appreciating light unless you're in total darkness. It's recognizing that everyone has different energies. So it's about getting to know what those different energies are and how best to work with them. It's very much about teamwork. The Chariot is being pulled by, and I'm going to say, a matched pair of unicorns. Matched because they are both unicorns, matched because they are the same size, they have the same strength. But one is black, one is white. So between them, they form a whole entity. They are pulling the Chariot while the charioteer is singing and playing his harp. He's not holding on to the reins because he has faith in his unicorns to deliver him safely to his destination, which means that his hands are free to play the harp. Multi-talented, multitasking, whatever you want to call it, he's got it sussed. It's having the confidence to realise that you are on the right track. You're not going to come unstuck suddenly. It's more that a reminder that you are more than capable of dealing with more than one situation at any given time. And it's working that realization into your planning. So, one thing I did want to draw to your attention, Libra, is that Mercury, the sign of communication and thought, decision making, is moving into your star sign of Libra. And do you know, it's a fabulous, very close match between the two. It's about being open to accept different viewpoints. It's also about you Librans being the natural peacemakers of the zodiac, always looking to find a balance. And once you've identified what that point is, it's then focusing on it and working towards reaching that point. Benefit you by clearly introducing methods that you can employ to help ease your journey. I believe that's a really good week ahead of you. Please take heed of the things I've been saying, but don't become a slave to them. You know, flexibility is everything. And if you've got it, you can pour it out in shed loads. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for this week. Thank you for your time and attention. I'll be back next week, and I'd be delighted if you would be willing to come and join me again. But I do wish you an outstandingly good week, and I send you brightest blessings and say bye-bye. Hello, welcome Scorpio. This is your AstroTarot reading for the week commencing the 10th of October. I'm your host, Lunarcraft from Psychic Truth. And as you can see, I'm already shuffling my cards because that is the starting point for this reading. So let me just double check that they are right, and they are. So 3 cards coming up just for you, Scorpio. That one and that one. Right, let's put the rest to the side, and what I'll be doing is I will be working through each of the cards and pulling in any planetary information, aspects that fit with the cards. Now, let's get straight to it. Starting off with the Page of Pentacles. He's a lovely little chap. But if you look at the image of the card, there's a lot of green, a lot of abundance. That's what green means. Green also relates to money. And if you look, the page is holding a pentacle, a coin, And that coin has leaves growing around it. So again, more abundance. But there's also rays coming out from the coin. And that is an excellent sign that good things are heading your way. Now, I'll be honest, for Scorpio, I think of you as the most, no, this is a word I had to look up the meaning of to be sure that I was right. Enigmatic. There's a side to you that people just can't fathom out. That's brilliant. You don't have to be an open book for everyone to read. It's good that you're able to keep the innermost part of you hidden and mysterious. Go for it. Now, your middle card, that is the Six of Pentacles. So again, it's to do with money or possessions. And this particular card I refer to as the generosity card, mainly because you will be in receipt of a little bit of extra money. But it doesn't mean to say you need to give it all away in charitable acts. Don't forget that generosity comes in many different forms, and it can be giving your time, volunteering, giving a shoulder for someone to lean on or to cry on. It can be sharing your knowledge, your experience with others. They're all valid acts of generosity. Now, I'm thinking back to that enigmatic side to your personality. And I believe the High Priestess really reflects that for you, and she is your third card. There's something very mysterious about the High Priestess, because she is all-knowing, all-seeing. She's encouraging you to find your balance, where you can give attention to all aspects of your life and make sure that each and every part receives appropriate attention and time. But she's also about learning, progressing your spiritual side, the side that very often gets pushed aside because of other demands. But she's saying, keep it up. Keep up that learning, because it will provide you with knowledge, even, to be able to make yourself available to others when they need it. But she's also demonstrating that you can prepare for the future by gaining that knowledge that you can use as a basis for any decisions that you make. So, all in all, you're looking at a really positive week. There will be challenges, but they won't be anything that causes you distress or any particular concern. You will take things in your stride, as you generally do. I'm going to leave it there for this week. I will be back next week, and I really, really hope that you will be able to join me again then. But for now, I'm going to wish you an absolutely tremendous week, and I send you brightest blessings, and bye-bye.